KLST News at 6 starts now.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Carolyn McEnrue. We're out at the fairgrounds for tonight's rodeo. Welcome to a special edition of KLST News at 6. We are lucky enough to get to hear from one of the PRCA judges. Clayton Macom is here with us. Nice to have you. I'm fine. I'm going to get you to hold your mic up so people can hear. It's nice to see you. Before we talk about what's going on with the animal and the scoring and all that, tell us about your background in rodeo.
My background, I was a professional bull rider and bareback rider. I did that for, all through junior rodeos. Got a full riding scholarship at college and then on to the pros.
Well, you live in Oklahoma now. Did you grow up in Oklahoma?
I did. I live in the same town, just 5 miles down the road where I grew up, so about the same place.
How many days do you think you're on the road out of the year?
Close to 300.
So almost every one.
Oh, yeah. We're gone a lot. We do close to 120, 130 performances a year. So, you travel days, days before, days after.
What I think is interesting, Clayton, is you know every single one of these contestants. You know probably most of the stock, the bulls and the horses in the rough stock side. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yeah, we see them all. Some like us, some don't. Maybe this week it changes till next week. But,
well, it depends on the score.
Exactly, right.
Let's talk about how you score. Everybody who knows rodeo knows in the rough stock events, half of it is the animal, half of it is the cowboy. What are you seeing with the horsepower in the bulls these days?
The horsepower is phenomenal. Even when I was a contestant, they're so upgraded, so improved. The horses are bigger, stronger, of course, more healthy. They last longer. There was a horse out last night that was 22 years old. And she's been going for a long time. Still a great horse. Do they,
if you see the same horse bucking under a different rider at a different rodeo, and depending on the conditions and the size of the arena, does the same horse maybe act differently at different times?
Sometimes it does. And some riders, spur, like in the bareback riding, some have a little different technique. It helps the horse. Some are a little different, and it makes the horse look better or worse. So
I think a lot of people want to know how you do what you do, again, on the rough stock side, so fast every night. How do you make that split-second decision?
We're not guessing. Some people think that we are. But, we're back far enough positioning. You don't want to be too close where you just see one thing. So you're back far enough, you see the whole picture. For me, I watch in a bareback ride, and I kind of watch the rigging. I watch the horse's feet. But then at the same time, you have to watch the contestant. His feet, how long the spur stroke is, upper body position, if he's beating his animal to the ground with his feet. So there's a lot of things that we have to watch, and, it takes time. It does.
Well, the experience helps, which I think is wonderful. What about with the bull riding? We haven't seen more than 2 or 3 guys stay on a bull each night now in each performance.
I know. The bull power is phenomenal here. It's very good. And, the bull riding, the kick, direction change, if they spin, how fast, intensity. If they're just running down the arena, if they're doing it to really excite me, that's intensity.
And I think the crowd feels that. I think they do in San Angelo. You know that. You can feel the energy of a ride, and that's what you look for.
It is, yeah. And the crowd here really helps. It's awesome here.
Well, Clayton, it's so nice to talk to you. Thank you for taking the time. I know you have a busy night tonight with the PRCA Short Go Finals. Big night tonight.
You bet. Well, thank you. Thanks for having me, and we'll see you soon.
All right. It's always nice to see you in San Angelo. Of course, we're coming through with the rodeo train. Again, tonight at 7:30, the Short Go, the finals. 12 contestants in each event will be competing for the prize money. We'll be back tonight at 10 to show you highlights.
This rodeo update is sponsored by Twin Mountain Fence.